Welcome to the program. Mike D here. Today, we're fishing with Dean Meckes. Dean's a retired corrections officer who's living the dream of owning his own fishing charter business.
I'm living the dream, man. It's beautiful.
Dean also loves to fish tournaments and hunt down big bass.
Yeah!
Let's go to Lunkerville.
Woo!
It seems in every town in America that there's a secret fishing spot where the water runs clear and the bass are always biting. And at that spot, there's an unsung hero who knows every stump, laydown, and lily pad. Seems all he's got to do is wet a line. And sure enough, he's reeling in a big bass. So if you're looking for real people with real fish stories, then hop a ride. We're going to Lunkerville.
This whole thing is a big wavy deal like this. It comes in and out with the the contour of it, and it there's no real steep drop to it. And this is about the steepest drop to it right here, where you go from 10 to like 15 feet, 20 feet pretty quick.
I like this setup. I've never seen these red rods. What do I got here?
That's a Rhapsody rod. They're a really nice, high-end rod. They have the recoil guides on them, which there's no ceramic insert in those guides for things to go wrong.
No, that's a rock.
He's just coming up and pecking it.
You getting some
real light hits.
Oh. What is that? Toying with me. Same exact place. Nice little crack in there. There we go.
All right, Mike.
That was the same guy. All right. Hey, we're loving him.
He's a starter.
And I could see that he was right in that crack.
Yeah.
And he pecked at it a couple times. Boom, boom, boom. And then,
all right. Did you
so
have to
I
let
tried
him?
to set the hook on him 2 other times.
Did you have to let him take it before you actually get on it?
Yeah, I felt that he took it. Nice. Okay. Whoo! Man, they're finicky. Ooh. Fighter. Oh yeah.
He was right up on that light sandy area there. Big one.
Nice one.
Oh.
Oh.
How'd that happen?
I don't know.
Really? I had him stuck hard.
I know.
Man. How did that even happen?
He looked like he was tugging. How's your hook?
Hook is beautiful.
Oh no. So Dean, why do you think that fish came unstuck?
I think I just got a little complacent. We've been fishing through this flat and the action's been a little bit slow, and I kind of was asleep at the wheel a little bit. The fish hit and I didn't really set the hook as well as what I would have if we'd have been hitting a few of them in that area. I'm sure I would have reared back, but that one I just kind of pulled into it and I never really got a good hook set on it. When the pressure's on a little bit and you really want to catch them, you want to stay focused. That's the hardest part about it. Mike, if we're going to get some fish in the boat today, I really don't think it's going to happen here. I think these fish have moved out and we got to do something different.
Let's do it.
We're on the St. Lawrence River. We're going out of Clayton right now, and we're going to try and catch some smallmouth and maybe a couple largemouths up here. See if we can't do a little better than we did down south of here. You know, I don't really know why these fish come up onto these rocks and stuff in the middle of summer, but they do, and I guess it's because the crayfish are up in here. Crayfish and the gobies get up in here, and that's where they go.
I got one. Ooh.
That's a nice fish.
Ooh. Get over here, girl. Oh, jeez. Come on. Wow.
Nice fish. He said he's sure he had her, right?
I got it. I got it. Oh, yeah, she ate it. Woo!
Nice one.
Nice.
Good job.
But it's weird how she was pretty lazy there. Why was she like that?
I don't know. It did look like you had her hooked kind of funny there, but now that I see where you hooked it, it's not really
She wasn't fighting right off the bat.
Yeah.
Very weird.
I don't know what that was all about.
Whoa, heavy. Woo.
Fish.
Very nice. Oh, very odd.
Did that fish hit hard?
No,
Just a real soft.
very soft. Very soft. I was dragging the tube. It got heavy. That's all. Oh, there's one. Oh yeah. Beauty.
I don't know, Mike. I think yours was a little.
That's a good
I
one.
think you still got me. Come on.
Oh yeah. Ooh,
Pretty fat.
that's a good one.
So get up on these flats and just chase crayfish around, you know, look for gobies, whatever.
And
Nice
how did
fish
she
there.
strike?
Very, very lightly. I just saw my line start going off to the side, so.
Interesting. And what would make them so not aggressive?
I don't know,
Yeah.
boy. You just can't tell. I mean, the next fish you hit might jump all over it and pound it, you know?
There's one. Ooh, yeah, that one's running.
They always want to jump right at the boat.
Yeah.
Good. Couple pounder. They're all fun.
Oh yeah.
Fight like crazy.
They're all fun. Awesome.
Nice one.
Dean, what do you love about tournament fishing?
A lot of guys that transitioned into tournament fishermen, played sports and stuff when they were younger, and they just miss that excitement and the competition of it. You know, you can go out with your buddy and you can go and catch fish and you can claim you're the greatest and whatever, but then when you actually pit yourself against 100 or 200 other guys, you know, you really know how good you really are. So it's just fun in that respect also.
And what's next for you? Are you gonna do you want to go pro? What are you fishing now? You're fishing the Federation, I think you said.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, the farthest I went is I qualified to fish the Elite Series tournaments in '05, I believe it was. And it's so expensive that you can't really stay in it unless you've got a lot of money to start out with. It's $5,000 a tournament, and at that time there was 11 tournaments, so you had to have $55,000, you know, to be able to do it. So you had to have a real good backing, or you already had to have had the money. And when you're at that level, it's very stressful. Mm-hmm. When that kind of money's coming out of your pocket, it's not as much fun. The excitement is still there, but when you don't bring in a check or you don't get your money back, you know, that really hurts.
There you go. Now they're turning on.
Yeah.
That's what we want to see.
I think this cloud cover really has a lot to do with it. If I had to pick the conditions, this is what I'd pick right here.
So what's the deal? What are we doing
Okay,
now?
we're gonna try get some fish out of these reeds. We got some largemouth back in here, and there might be a smallmouth or two back in here. So we're gonna use some heavy-duty braided line, 7.5 foot flip and stick for you. I got an 8 foot flip and stick, real heavy action stuff, and 50-pound braid, and get them out of there hopefully. Fishing tubes and beavers.
All right.
Probably be the best option.
Well, I'm gonna go with the Lunkerville bait kit, Yo Mama. And a pumpkin June bug.
You ever use these punch hooks, Mike?
No, I've never
got
seen them before.
They're a real heavy-duty stout hook, and they have a little collar on them. Keep your bait up on there so your bait doesn't slide down. So you rig it so that your bait goes right up past that, and then that way when you get hit, your bait doesn't ball up down here, and you set the hook, and then you're setting the hook on nothing but plastic and not getting in the fish's mouth. So this is kind of a new thing that's come out in the last couple of years that a lot of guys are using now. You just take the bait and you just right down the center, real quick, in and out. Slide everything right up over so that that barb is actually outside of the plastic. Then you're gonna bury your hook point right into that bait like that.
Keep it buried in there.
Yeah, and there you have it. And then when this, fish comes up here and he bites on this, it's not gonna slide down the shank of that hook. It's gonna stay right there.
All right.
So
And now you have,
I pegged my weight, quarter
Okay.
ounce. I got a quarter ounce weight on there.
why do you peg it again? The weight?
The reason you peg it is because when you're fishing real heavy cover like this and bulrushes or pencil reeds, and you flip this out there, that weight a lot of times will get hung up on the bulrush or the pencil reed, and your bait won't get down. You'll have no idea what's going on, whether you're in contact with the bottom or not. So if you peg it, that prevents that from happening. You pretty much have to peg it when you're in thicker stuff like this.
And pegging is basically just shoving a toothpick down.
Yeah, you can shove a toothpick down. Actually, guys use rubber strands off a jig and a piece of mono to put up in there if they don't want to mar up their line. If they're using fluorocarbon or something like that, it doesn't do any damage to the line. But toothpick on braid really doesn't doesn't hurt anything, and that's what you're using.
Come on, fish. Ooh, there he is. There's a bass.
He hit like he was a big fella.
Yeah,
He
one for the
chomped
tube.
on it. Tube.
Now you put the tube on that same
Same
hook?
rig, yeah. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. I fished for years before I would do that.
Here we go.
Oh, Mike, that was a good one.
There we go. Oh. Is he on? I think so. No. Dean,
It's
teach
tough.
me. This is hard. What am I doing wrong here?
What happens a lot of times is when you set the hook, you get the bite and you set the hook, and you get that hook stuck in the fish, and then you take that extra couple cranks and then you pin them against the reeds. They're pegged there and they can just shake off. If you release the pressure on them a little bit and let them kind of swim away from that cover, a lot of times you can get them. But if you just reef on them and keep hauling on them, you're just gonna tear the hook out. So that's a possibility. That could be what's going on.
There's one. And he came off. I saw it. That was a fish.
I saw the boil. I know it was a fish.
I think it looked like a pike.
Really?
Or maybe it was a bass. I don't know. Why aren't they sticking?
It's the
Now, maybe
toughness.
it's the way I have this rigged. I don't think I have this tube rigged right. Can you take a look at it?
I mean, it's tough to get used to doing it, but if you put that hook in too far and slide it in too far, then you don't get the right setup. So you want to go in and out really quick is what I call it.
Okay.
And then you just kind of get it up past that barb. Like that. Skin hook it a little bit. And you're golden.
Okay, let's see if I can catch one now. After all those misses. That's a good one.
Better fish.
Nice.
A little better largemouth. We haven't been getting many.
He was on the edge, right?
Yeah, he was kind of in the middle of that clump that's right there on the edge. Boy, it stuck him good. Little keeper.
You definitely know how to fish this stuff.
That's a good fish. That's a really good fish. Nice one, Mike.
Oh! Oh yeah, he took it.
Beauty.
He took it. He took it. Yeah!
Yay. Nice one.
Woo! Dean, you came through, man. You came through after all those misses. Makes that one little adjustment, and boom. Look, he swallowed it. Phew. Another one of those Lunkervilles where it's tough fishing. Things don't happen the way we expected, but the guest comes through. Dean, you did the job, man. Great job.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we had to make a couple adjustments. It wasn't easy fishing by any means this morning. We were really struggling pretty good and made an adjustment, went to a different area and started catching some fish using tubes and jerk baits. And the jerk bait I really thought with the conditions that we had today would be a hot bait. I thought they'd be all over it, but they didn't seem to want it. We had a couple follow it in and that was it. And the tube was definitely the deal today. Tube and a creature bait when we got back in the backwater area where we had some pencil reeds and bulrushes and stuff. And it really paid off, just moving around a little bit instead of trying to stick it out and dog it out in that one area. So it was a good deal. Nice day.
Awesome day. And you made that adjustment for me at the end with the tube. I was missing all these fish or not getting bit. You made the adjustment and I stuck that nice largemouth. So I really appreciate it. Thanks for taking me out fishing.
No problem.
Great
Thank you.
time.
Sometimes those little tiny things that you don't realize they make all the difference in the world. So that was a key today for you. So excellent.
Definitely the key. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in next week to Lunkerville.